So I'm just home from my ride with Merlin and Gibson, and you can see Jasper up there at the paddock eating his rations of hay. He hasn't been driven in a while, but I hope to do it again soon. Here you can see the state of my potato patch, which is looking pretty respectable, with a couple dead hoes that I've already broken, laid to rest. There's still some chard and lettuce that's doing great. Those red lettuces last a long time. They take really well in the heat. I don't know if you can see this, but Merlin, come on, eat up a little bit. The red lettuces stay lettuce a lot longer than green lettuces, at least the varieties I've tried. So if you want lettuce that lasts into a heat wave of 90 degrees and still tastes like fresh lettuce, that's the way to go. It hasn't bolted yet. Amazing. My onions are, see those buddies? It's about ready to fall out of the ground themselves. And chard is looking beautiful. Look at those leaves. Look at my luck with bugs. They're not eaten up by bugs, just beautiful green chard. And those are weeds. And here's some cauliflower, who is looking pretty sad right now, but might look something more respectable. Tomatoes are green. Past that is zucchini. Past that is more tomatoes and a huge pumpkin patch, which I'm hoping for one Samhain jack-o'-lantern. Ugh, Bridget, witness and pity me if I have to go another Samhain without one jack-o'-lantern I grew myself. More beautiful potato shot. Black horse doing some edge trimming work for me, much appreciated. Gibson watching sheep, he wishes he could be herding right now. A very horribly eaten down rickety pasture, which is growing back grass. A fake plastic hawk, which I hope to be replacing with a real red-tailed hawk, which will live in what is now just a frame of 3 2x6s and a couple 4x4 posts, some sheets of plywood and some roofing, and in a couple of weeks that'll be a straight-up muse. There's a whole life in this short video. I don't know if you can see it all. There's a turkey and my red barn and chicks and chickens back there on the lawn. There's a beautiful horse right here that's a dream come true. I mailed a payment for him, and to me, every time I do that is a victory, and we celebrate with a ride. Another cart pony up there. Pony, not porny. That's a whole different show. A dented pickup truck that I love that does so much work with a pony cart and lawnmower behind it because nobody mows these lawns but me. A very humble garden. Some sad-looking hillside that still produces wool and lambs and beautiful, healthy animals. Tubes under the porch there for going down the river, a dog sled from when Jazz Nanny and I dog sledded. You know, it's a bunch of junk to someone who doesn't know your story, but when it's your story, every piece of it is poetry. And here's my 3-year-old dog, who never once went to a sheepdog trial, like I dreamed of so hard. But he has the ability to wrangle chickens, help me with escaped sheep, puts up with a horse who almost bit his tail, a horse that puts up with a dog that was right under his feet the entire 2-mile trail ride. I can put a harness on this horse and I know how to use it, and I can take him up and down the road to visit friends. I got this house that I'm 60 days behind on the mortgage, but I'm not 90 days, I'm not 120 days. And I'll figure it out. You know, this morning I woke up scared, and I woke up worried, and I spent the whole morning terrified about keeping this place and keeping my life. But tonight on the mountain, the horses, the dogs, the animals in my life that matter, including people who are also animals, they teach me to keep this place going because it matters, and it's bigger than just a girl and her farm. It's a middle-class person with no money living the life she wants to live, no matter what. And there's a whole lot of no matter what that I can't write about and can't tell you about because it's personal or family or relationship related, but I promise you that there's no cheap cost to any of this. And I'm still doing it. I've got $227 to my name, but I've got all this, and I'm fighting to keep it, and I'm really happy to be here. And I'm happy for the October ahead. And I forget what the point of this video was, but I guess it started with showing you the garden. But I guess what I want to end it on is to tell you that this place is 6 years of story written down on this blog coming. And it's been a long time coming. And here we all are, living together, learning together, growing food, making truck payments, making mortgage payments. And we may even see a flock of birds be born, or a hawk fly this fall, and I'm just going to keep going and hope that it all works out. Because you have no idea how much of Cold Antler is just hoping that it all works out. Alright, I think that's enough of me being sappy for one night. Thank you, Merlin, for a beautiful ride. Thank you, Gibson, for not biting this horse and trying to hurt it and getting kicked in the face. It would be a very different night. Thank you, Jasper, for looking fancy up there on that hillside. And thank you all that are watching over me and following along and reading and that are part of this story. Alright. Good night from a horse, a hound, a human, and someday a hawk from this hillside in the middle of nowhere in Jackson, New York.